Minecraft story mode has a reputation. So the whole point of Minecraft is to explore and formulate your own story. So what do you do when Telltale Games comes over here and says, hey, you can follow our story? Announced at December 2014 and having a trailer released in Minecon 2015, Minecraft Story Mode was this game where you could like choose your own adventure, except none of the choices you make have a massive impact on the direction of the story in the end. But it can take you on fun mini side quests along the way. And this game is essentially just like a movie. It was so close to a movie, in fact, that you can quote unquote play it on blimming Netflix of all things. Minecraft Story Mode starts off with Jesse, Ruben, and his mates that will say a few throwaway lines here and then get sidelined in the later arcs. Green Guy's entire personality is being a twat, and Gold Girl's entire personality is being a nerd. You're all losers, but then you meet the fancast love interest Petra, or the other fancast love interest Lucas, who should have stuck with his original banger design. You can make a dodgy deal with a dodgy guy, and dodgy guy happens to be dodgy, and he's quite pissed off at this guy who's trying to use 1.8 PvP on a 1.19 server and releases a Witherstorm, undoubtedly one of the best monsters to ever come from the game. The other villains don't even cut it, bro. Dodgy guy is pissed because he was part of their cool little club but had a whack design, so wasn't allowed to roleplay their SMP with them. You make your first major decision to either save an incompetent warrior or get more Jetra ship material. We all know which one we all took, come on. You get given this little trinket that will make everyone respect you, and then you trot along to find the other members of the Warriors Minecraft clan. Goggle Girl takes you to feminine mumbo jumbo, whereas Green Iron Golem takes you to 2B2T. Either way, you gain respect from whoever you choose, and it doesn't matter who you choose because both members of the other Minecraft clan arrive anyways, because whoever you didn't go with went to fetch them behind your back, so it doesn't actually matter. Whoever you saved in this scene comes back, and they have coronavirus. You and the COVID patient get into a fight with a bearded guy with the soundtrack that has no right to go as hard as it does. You jump into the end to find the final member of the Cult of Incompetence, and he's gone mental and started talking to Enderman. So you snap him out of his Enderman kink and drop a fat F-bomb on the Witherstorm by going fuck! Doesn't work. The other guy you didn't save is back, but they've got all the symptoms of COVID, including memory loss. Doesn't matter because one enchanted hoe later and a selection of the new Minecraft armor trims 8 years earlier, and everyone's saved, except for, oh. You become heroes and everyone decides to not stop praising you. The first arc was what I would argue was the pinnacle of Minecraft Story Mode's runtime, an origin story, if you will, of how these chaps became heroes. The villain wasn't some complex odd chap, but a massive monster that you shouldn't really think about, just like the Wither itself, the Warden, and the Ender Dragon. Well, unless you're MatPat. A major flaw with all these arcs, of course, is that from a narrative point of view, literally nothing you do will ever change the outcome. Ruben will die, you will save the day. There is no genocide route or pacifist route or anything like that. All your decisions do is initiate some odd choices of dialogue, and in any choice involving Petra, gain more shipping material. It's filler because, what on earth happens? So Jesse and the gang become greedy and find treasure. This guy from episode 1 calls them out, but suddenly they're bad guys. Oh yeah, well they're the bad guys because they summoned a bunch of ghast on the Sky Island. Wait, what, a Sky Island? Yeah, don't worry, it isn't brought up again. Oh, Bearded Guy goes through a character arc of not being pissed off. You have the massive YouTuber murder mystery, which, oh my goodness, was hype when it first came out. You can watch your favorite Minecraft YouTubers die in 4K. I would imagine if this was made now. Jesse, Petra, Ivor, and Lucas versus Dream Minecraft Manhunt. Evil Computer recreates what everyone thought would happen when the clocks turn to the year 2000, though it's somewhat significant as Ivor gets laid, and then you all play Spleef, get awesome armor, and get home. Is this where Minecraft Story Mode fell off? I mean, I'd argue so. The writing was, of course, still passable, and it's a blimming Minecraft spin-off. The characters don't need to be complex. However, there didn't feel like there was any stakes. We see brief infighting between the characters over their predicament of not being able to get home. But having spent at least episode 5 and 6 not making any progress towards getting our main cast back home, means you could easily go from when Jesse lights the portal to Palmer and not miss all that much aside from Captain Sparkles dying. Once again, the decisions you make don't change the game at all. You return back to town with the odd cameo from Stampy Longhead and other characters you met in the filler arc, in a town that you own where everyone is still very much sucking you off. Speaking of that kind of act, you get given a massive gauntlet in your right hand. Perfect for you know what. So perfect that you can't even get it off, no matter how much Petra wants it. Turns out that trinket was the admins, who after smashing half the town decides... Wait. Who after smashing half the town to bits decides to use his god powers to someone else's ice castle. So Jesse, Petra and a gang of new mates, because his old ones are too cool for adventures, go to Elsa's ice castle and grab a clock. Whoever gets the clock gets the gauntlet, and depending on who you choose, which once again we all chose Petra, they get the gauntlet from the admin, and teleported away for an awesome villain arc with lots of depth and character progression. Right? Nope, you just get sent to prison with more banger soundtracks, then fight the friend who got the clock, and there you go, all sorted. So the admin's pissed, pretends to be Jesse so he can get praise of all the knobs back in his town. So with the help of another admin without powers, and from the cult of another dead admin, they get back to Jesse's town, where you see the fake Jesse blimmin' nuke an entire neighboring city. They advertise the Elytra, stop the new admin from creating a new world above your own, and kablowie, no longer an admin. Better than the filler arc, as it had a cohesive story following all the episodes. Having a human as the villain was a little bit and adds a lot of questions to the lore of the world, including how many worlds have these admins made? How do they populate these worlds with each other? With 3 arcs, 2 seasons, selling over 70 million copies even before season 2 released, it's a pretty successful game, but there are definitely some drawbacks. It kind of ignored pre-established Minecraft lore outside of the insinuations created just through like mobs and like the Ender Dragons and Ghasts and Withers existing. It sticks to gameplay mechanics but not story elements, if that makes sense. Also, it might be a nitpick, but bro, why did Ruben turn into a pork chop? So many YouTubers were about to weep here and they didn't because of that one thing.
No. You turned into a pork chop. Dude, they ruined it.
It didn't massively have the best writing, parts were stale and obvious, like the YouTubers were written so atrociously, but I mean the cameos were fun, so who really cares? And in the admin arc, they really leaned into the Jetra thing because the fanbase was obviously into it, like, okay, but scenes like this are just a smidge awkward.
But I don't want to lose you. You mean a lot to me, Jesse. More than anyone else, you've been there.
Additionally, having everything lead to the same point regardless of what you chose meant that very little progress could genuinely be made towards, well, anything really. Nothing you did would have a lasting impact in the long term. As previously mentioned, there's no alternate routes. No combination you can do to access a pacifist route or a Soul Jetra route. It was more a Minecraft film than a Minecraft game. Telltale is dead. Well, kind of. It's relaunched under this, like, LCG entertainment thingy. But yeah, the OG Telltale is gone, so unless a new company picks up Minecraft Story Mode, yeah, no Season 3. And as rights ran out and it got pulled from being able to be purchased, people can't play it anymore. Which is why I'm using B-Reel I spliced from other YouTubers' Let's Play. Cheers, guys. And the only way for players to keep playing the game was to download the episodes before it was taken off. The story is meant to end. We don't want a One Piece Dragon Ball Z scenario where the story becomes pointless and stale. It kind of reached that point in the filler arc. Best not let it happen again. After all, nothing built can last forever. I've enjoyed a lot of the game. I have played it on the Xbox in the OG days, though I have no recordings of it, just take my word for it. But what it boils down to really is that if it was written just slightly better and there was like actually a game to play, it would have been hype. And knowing when to stick to Minecraft, like you didn't stick to Minecraft with the protagonist, but you stuck to Minecraft for a character death, you what?